Yeah, piranhas you'll see as like an artifact, kind of like a souvenir. I don't know what they do to them, make some type of taxidermy method, and they're kind of like glazed looking, but then they kind of turn them so they're facing kind of like aggressive looking, and their teeth are just right at you in the eyes. So those the piranhas are everywhere. They're called piranha in Brazil, and so you'll see those. There's like a myth that people say that there's this crazy fish where don't pee in the river because this fish will, I guess, is small enough to go up in you and kill you or something like that. I don't know if I believe that. I've heard about it. I've never really Googled it, if you will. But there's a fish that supposedly does that. I mean, just don't pee in the river, obviously. You're a missionary. So there's that. Let's see. There's something called thumbbucky, this huge fish. It's like that big, kind of. It's just really good and easy to eat. It's one of my favorite ones to eat. And like I mentioned, the pirarucu earlier is probably the size of this deck. I don't know. It can get pretty huge. Be like 12 feet, depending on how small it is. Longer than that, it's like this big. And there's also the infamous anaconda you hear about, right? And so there's all sorts of legends you hear about that. Anacondas eating whole cows. What they do is they wrap around the cow, crush the bones, everything, and just eat the whole cow. And I've seen pictures of people in an anaconda before. And so people have died in anaconda. So as the scriptures say, stay away from the rivers and waters. So there's that. There's also pink dolphins, which is kind of cool. So it's a freshwater, like prehistoric dolphin. And there's a legend about the dolphins where I guess it's kind of cool in a sense where there's a lot of out of wedlock, children. And what the mothers would say, because it's typically the father that would leave, to comfort the child, to not make him feel bad that he didn't have a dad, the legend would be to tell the child, hey, it's called a botu. That's what they called the pink dolphins. Oh, the botus, they turn into men or women at night, and they become men or women, and they go and try to seduce or be with someone or whatever. And so the moms or dads that had their spouse or whatever leave them would tell the kids, actually, your dad's or your mom's a dolphin. And so everyone loves that story because, I mean, it's kind of silly, but at the same time, you could see how a parent's trying to not make their kid feel like their kid was that they were abandoned. And so that's a legend you'll hear people talk about, and they swear that they saw someone transform into one or that their great grandpa saw one someday. And it's fun to hear these stories. So that's a big kind of legend they have there.